Puppet emotion, but production.
Yeah. Okay.
Puppet emotion, but production.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, boss. Yeah. Yeah, you do the Dark Carnival. I got the other stuff. Did I do everything I could do? Yeah, you did. I'm, I'm like, sorry I failed. You didn't fail. What this is a temporary setback, Prime. Just a temporary setback. Whatever happens next, you'll be ready for. So, while you go and get everything ready for the Dark Carnival, I got a video to do here. Yeah, sure you're ready for tonight? Because since since me and you probably are interchangeable, I could just cover for you. No, don't do that. You appointed me to do this, and all I've been doing is not helping the person who really needed help. Hey, you beat up Blast Hornet? You beat up old Blast Hornet, you whooped his ass. You were like, boom, Kamen Rider style, man. Don't worry about it. But I'm gonna go do this video. You go ahead, take a little break before tonight. Because the Dark Carnival needs a dark ringleader, and that's you, buddy. You're right. I kind of exploded on double, though. Yeah, you did, but you just couldn't take it when someone's about to get disrespected or shot over some dumb shit. It wasn't really dumb shit, but you were just literally had enough. I mean, Double shouldn't always feel sorry for himself every time something bad happens. Like, sorry for himself when something bad happens. That ain't his fault. Yeah, but Prime. Literally tell me, right? If that was you and you were back in those kinds of days, how you felt like that, you can't tell me that you wouldn't feel the same way. Yeah, but the thing about me is, I don't retreat. I don't retract. I have my friends and you, and that's the whole reason I do what I do. Exactly. And I'm just telling you that basically that's just how it is for him. He doesn't have the same kind of advantages, and luck that we had. So you gotta understand his point of view. And yeah, you will save him. But for now, we gotta focus on other matters. But if you wanna move it a little bit, but if you wanna move a little bit further, I say just train for a bit. You got some time before the Dark Carnival starts, so yeah, let me go and do my thing. You mind if I use the Gundam? It's basically yours, boss. Yeah, but you guys chill in there and watch TV in there. Wouldn't feel right if I just took it. Always polite, eh, boss? You know it. Now, folks, gather round, folks. Well, I'm not doing a Dark Carnival presentation. That's mostly Prime. But yeah, Bugsy No Name is back on the channel. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? For those of you that said good. For those of you that said, what the fuck, Bugsy? What is that intro? See, sometimes, dudes, I just gotta do canon related stuff, okay? I know for some of you that's not I know for some of you that watch me, it's a little bit much. I get it. But you should always know that this is my channel. That's how I do things. You know, like literally deal with it. You can go if you want, like seriously. But you can't be like, no, Bugsy, no. I think some people laugh because I kept doing the Double Zero Breaker stuff, but I actually did it and I had fun. You know, out of character and shit. I actually had fun. You know, while all these other YouTubers are out here starting drama, doing drama, or being dumb, I'm out here just having a blast. But I'm here, my dear friends, to talk about my pitch. I'm here to talk about my pitch for a Sonic MMO. Now I know this pitch ain't gonna really go anywhere. Just kind of wanted to talk about it. I threw my basic ideas in Chat GPT, and basically it gave me something a little bit of what I actually want. So let us adjourn, folks, as I regale you with a little tale. So, I actually wanted to do this for a while now. Okay, hold up, let me make sure. Let me just close this one out, just in case. But let me just pull up my Chat GPT notes. Because let me just tell you, like, this, what I have here, folks, it may not be the biggest thing in the world, and some of you may not even want a Sonic MMO. But I feel that this little presentation, even though I don't have any visual aids, let's get back up to my notes. Now this is for the first game. Now, first things first. Character customization. I would say you'd still have the same kind of species as you would Sonic Forces, but we would throw a little bit more characters into the mix that you can be. Also a bear. Why a bear? Because bark from polar bear. Now, in my notes, I forgot to put in the emphasis on what each species actually has. But hedgehogs, you'd be faster. Birds, you'd be able to have higher jumps. And, even though there'd be racing to level up, you'd also be fighting in certain mini battles. Mini battles are kind of like another way for you to gain XP. Either by fighting a, as I like to call them, master badniks, or one of the mini Robotniks themselves. Now, we'd have a giant open world, kind of like Sonic Frontiers. and there'd actually be platforming levels that would help you level up and get gear. That'll make you even better and faster. Because we can't just start you off as just the fastest thing alive. That's Sonic. But you can get to Sonic's level at certain points. Other species, this is just a basic overview of what I have here. Next time we'll talk about species and what they are. It'll be like an extra thing. We got NPC missions, but this open world theoretically in this hypothetical would be kind of, if I could do it, it'd be twice as big as Sonic Frontiers Islands, and I love me some Sonic Frontiers. So, but I was thinking of adding some action RPG elements in there. Kind of a little bit like Phantasy Star. Because I swear, those games are intrinsically linked, and you can't freaking say otherwise. You can't tell me otherwise, man. Now, we got the quests that basically guide players through the storyline, which is a doozy, but we'll get into that later. Now we got player versus player, competitive racing, leaderboards, the whole nine, and my favorite, rival battles. These don't actually give you XP, but they do give you bragging rights. And various titles. But the rundown is, Robotnik has basically got all the other Robotniks from all the other continuities together, and basically Sonic can't do it alone, and neither can the other Sonics from all the other continuities. They can't do it alone, so they ask you guys. So basically the resistance is a thing again with your character. I don't know how we would actually, if you're on PC, we'd probably be able to, save your character into this new game, basically. But, you'd probably get like a special bonus, mostly cosmetic. I don't want to give you guys like a play to win feature. But basically, not a play to win feature, fuck. I don't want to give you guys like something easy that gets you to like you're level 1 and then you're all the way up to level 50 just because you played a little bit of Sonic Forces. We call that lock-on technology. I literally have I have an idea to spread this out into a trilogy. But, yeah, I really feel like, I really, honest to God, feel like, But that, I don't know if you guys would, like, play, like, 3 RPGs that are sequels to other things. I don't know if you'd play, like, a bunch of MMOs. That would probably be, like, I would say, I would want to do it, like, 3 to 8 years apart for each other. Or, like, 3 years apart, or 3 or 4 years apart from each other. And, like, we'd still make content, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Alright. Now we got the social hubs and interactions. Now, if you're one of our underage players, we will not let you be able to use the chat, or we'll put you in a chat where it's a bunch of a bunch of people like you, but then again, that'd be hard to moderate. But like, we'd have someone that would moderate that or something, or I don't know. Something I something I forgot to talk about there, but then we got the team-based content where you can group up and tackle bigger boss battles and larger scale missions, which are basically raid battles. Which I like to call freedom freedom fighter distresses. But voice chat characters have their own homes. I know Sonic doesn't have a home, and I know Sonic doesn't really have a home for real. But you can. You can decorate it however you like. And we're trying to get and if I was actually working on this, I would try to get some sort of thing where you can hook up your various accounts, your various streaming accounts to that. Even though that'd be a lot of negotiating I'd have to do. But yeah, you get cameos and crossover events. And yeah, and there'd be like little missions from Scratch and Grounder. Yeah, there's a mission from Scratch and Grounder where you actually, and this is what I've been thinking about. So Scratch and Grounder asks you to catch Sonic, to catch Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Sonic. First, they tell you that they're just poor little bots and that Sonic has gone rogue. So you actually get to fight Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Sonic, and you guys don't you fight him until he's like at least like his health bar is like not 1%, but it's like a little bit. It's like a little bit off the top. I'm thinking like it's like you're doing chip damage, and he's like, whoa, dude. What are we doing? And then you click him, and you click from the dialogue tree, and you can tell exactly what's happening, or you can lie. Because I wanted to keep the same thing from Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood, where you can be a pretty good dude. You can be a pretty good dude, lay back like Sonic in some of your choices. You could be like Shadow and kind of be a little bit of a dick. Or you could be downright nasty. You can be downright nasty and evil. Now we got Robotnik's. Now for bosses, we got Robotnik's classic mech suit. Yeah, pretty standard stuff. You jump on old Robotnik until he blows up. Now the Emerald Guardians. Oh my god. So the Emerald Guardians are gonna they're actually like a cut thing from Sonic Extreme, So basically, well there's like creatures in the Emerald in one script. So I started to call these guys the Emerald Guardians. And no, they're not the Deadly Six. Although I may actually do an event with them all, and I would actually do an event with them all in this hypothetical. But yeah, they have fire, wind, water, and more elements, and they can also transform into one being called the Ultra Guardian. Yeah, we get into really the lore of the Chaos Emeralds in this one. A lot of lore. Would I want it to be canon? Hell yes. In a perfect world, would I literally work with would I work with some of the old Archie comic book writers to get this one going? Yep. In my notes, ChatGPT says, confrontation with. We got the Metal Sonic duels, which are races, or he turns into Metal Overlord. Yeah, I wanted to bring Metal Overlord back, and I wanted to. And later I will pop out what his design would technically look like in this. Dark Interjack, well, I don't know, ChatGPT. I threw some of the boss ideas I had here. It said Dark Interjack. I'm like, Dark Interjack is kind of redundant. This one is this one is the Knuckles who was in the other zone, who like took everybody's soul. So somehow the Robotniks literally called this version of Interjack, which is Knuckles, old man Knuckles, who has this power, and you gotta take him down with Laura Sue and the other freedom fighters who didn't get their souls sucked out in that zone. The time traveling menace is basically the Time Eater. And the General Beasts are actually beasts from the Super Emeralds, actually. Yeah, I kinda wanted to put a little NASA reference there. We got the Phantom Ruby Manipulator, which the Phantom Ruby is basically acting on its own, and it has like tendrils and shit, so it's like literally what you gotta do in this boss battle is just fight it and outlast it. You can beat it, but the main thing you can do is outlast it. Even if you're under level, that's what you need to do. If you're a certain level, during when you can fight this boss again, because the whole thing is you outlast it, and then Sonic and the others come and help you out. You get to fight it again, and this time it's what I call overclock mode. The Phantom Ruby is overclocked and ready to fucking go with you. But this time, no Sonic's here to help you, and you gotta take it out all by yourself. You'll have giant robot battles where you go inside colossal mechs like the egg monarch, and basically you gotta destroy them from the inside. Well, like, we give you a map, and you're supposed to fight the giant robot's weak points. The Bio Lizard comes back in a kind of like weird way, because this is like we're dealing with different universes and different outcomes. So Bio Lizard comes back, and what I have planned for the Bio Lizard. I don't really have a lot of stuff up for that, but trust me, this ain't your daddy's Bio Lizard. I can tell you that. The Egg Fleet Assault is usually what happens. It's kind of like how there's like daily raids. So every so often, regular game Robotnik will actually bring the Egg Fleet to the hub world, and you have to stop them. And yeah, we do have the other Robotniks. We have Sam. We have Robo Robotnik, just so I can make it a little bit different than the one we have. Eggman Nega. So like Eggman Nega is gonna be there. Who am I forgetting? Oh yeah, Fleetway Robotnik. And we even got Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Robotnik. We got Gerotinus, the Rotund Man. Yeah, we got him. See, but like they are gonna be way better and work off of each other more than the fucking Chaos Council. I fucking hate these motherfuckers. Yeah, they were cool when we first watched Sonic Prime, but no. 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 And you know what? My version, like, I would actually, if I had my way, I'd have my version of Sonic Prime lead into this as a tie-in. But after a while, it would have its own legs to do whatever. And you're probably wondering to yourselves, what is this called? It's called Sonic Chronicles Multiverse Mayhem. And you're probably like, why? And I'm like, why not? I was actually filling around a bunch of names that ChatGPT suggested. And a few of them didn't really speak to me, like Sonic Chronicles. Because it would be a part of the Sonic Chronicles universe. Because, yeah, I'm just saying it's in its own universe since no one wants to openly acknowledge it. For reasons. This thing would be a big celebration of all of Sonic's history. We got the Egg Titan, the Time Leviathan, which is just a very just evolved Time Eater. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of Time Eater. There would be a lot of Time Eater lore in this hypothetical. Because I just didn't like where I like how there wasn't really an explanation for what he was. So this would kind of fill in the gaps of that. Dimensional Devourer, which is another version of Time Eater, but a little bit smaller. The Chaos Emerald Guardian Council. Yeah, even though I would want it to be a tie-in, because I'd have my own versions like Prime in this What If. No, but I'd love to bring the Chaos Council in, and they're a threat until you get them out of their machine and you just beat them. And they give you double XP. But you can only get the double XP once. If you fight them again, you're just getting regular XP. Metallic Overlord, which is a colossal sea-sized version of Metal Sonic. I took a little bit of ChatGPT and I took a little bit of liberties with metallics, and this is what we got. Players must confront a massive raid group requiring strategic teamwork to dismantle its defenses, ultimately defeating it. Cosmic Conduit. A boss that taps in all the powers of the Chaos Emeralds to warp reality, creating a shifting landscape, challenging players with unpredictable environment hazards, which I gotta be honest with you, could be bad or could be the most fucking creative thing you could ever possibly imagine. Ascended Interjack. A boss raid where players must confront Interjack at the height of his power, facing his godlike abilities and perfect coordination to bring him down. And I gotta be honest, the meta of the game, hedgehogs are good, but echidnas are like the tanks. Birds are kind of like, they're glass cannons. I mean, echidnas and bears are the tanks, basically. And the Phantom Ruby monstrosity. A colossal boss warping around, making it difficult for players to distinguish the illusion from reality. Basically, he's warping around you and making you literally hit other players. You're all like, oh my god, like, why? That just sounds like chaos. And I'm like, yeah. See, but here's the thing. There's an easier way to do that, an easy way to confront this, and that's voice chat. So that way you know what's going on and what's not going on. Where your team members are, because they actually have to tell you because you're kind of away from them for the first part of it. Nega Gaia Fusion. It's basically like the Negawist and Dark Gaia fusing together to make some horrible multi-phase monstrosity. And the only way you can actually beat it is with teamwork and a well-played strategy. These raid bosses would provide high stakes, epic battles and require coordination, strategy, and skill from a large group of players to make some of the most memorable and challenging encounters in the game. Now we get to in-game content. You would have guilds. Also, we'd have a chow garden. We'd literally have a chow garden for you guys. Hey, Sega wouldn't do it, but we would totally. Multiverse raids, which are just bigger, which are just harder versions of the raid bosses I just discussed. Legendary boss rush, which is more like a time trial, but that's more of your team working together, beating the bosses in the most fastest time you can imagine. Super form quests, where you can actually get super forms. Guild versus guild battles. So like you have how there's a Team Sonic, a Team Dark. You'd have, your thing would be like Team Blank, and then boom. Epic Zone challenges, which are pretty much just regular time trials, all in the regular game. Time attack leaderboards, which would be a part of the Epic Zone challenges. Cosmic collectibles, which are just in-game stuff like extra loot, more ring capacity, more speed, power, or flight. And the in-game story arc, which is more about like what if Sonic didn't beat Sonic beat the Robotniks, but Robo Robotnik without his Eggman shell. Says enough of this and absorbs the other Robotniks in his freaking body. Yeah, this shit would get. I'm gonna tell you right now. What I imagine for that is some nightmare fuel up the freaking wazoo. You're gonna be like, you would be terrified. You see all the like Robotnik heads like around them. They're like, no, help us. Every time you beat them, you just hear, no, help us. The only one that would probably not mind this is literally Sonic Robotnik. Him and Robo Robotnik would be cool with this because they kind of have the same brain technically. So there. So the in-game story arc would have that, and would talk a little bit more about the Sonic multiverse, how they were always separated, how basically Game Sonic is technically the Prime universe, why the Robotniks wanna why the Robotniks finally decide now is the time for them to take over. Stuff like that. So literally, I ran in ChatGPT. Would this what if what if MMO would it be free to play or subscription based? I would make it free to play because we get a bigger player base that way. And if you want to spend some cosmetics or get some stuff for your chow or get new chow eggs, you can spend it or hunt for chow eggs. Yeah, you're gonna be hunting for chow eggs if you really want them. And the drop rate, I imagine, would be fair. Oh, I almost forgot. We got dynamic events, which are just global events that would be rolled out. So I had an idea for an EXE invasion. Yeah, because I'd just be like, I would ask all the creators of some of the EXEs I can get a contact with. Be like, hey, I'll pay you this much if I can use this EXE or that EXE. Because the thing I've noticed about like these Sonic character channels, every Halloween, they use EXEs. So yeah, I'd have Halloween events where you had to outwit an EXE. Alternate character customizations are just rare skins, emotes, that whole thing. That is like your ultimate bragging rights. That is like saying you basically played this game. You got pretty much everything. You're gloating. But if you paid to win, but if you like paid for mostly everything, it gives you like a little dunce cap. Yeah, it kind of shames the people who like literally paid for like various items. But in a way, that might alienate some players. But in my way, it would kind of just say, yeah, you got everything, but at what cost? And there would be hidden zones that only access to high level players. Like throughout the game where you level up, you begin certain abilities that will literally level you up and get you to secret areas you can never get to. So, yeah. There'd be like one area where there's just a bunch of rare chow. I'm telling you, this game would have straight up chow breeding. Like, I am saying, like, more extensive than the freaking extended chow world. Like, deeper and more involved. Basically, I ran it through subscriptions, but I think we'd probably go for a more free to play model. Now we have Sonic's Birthday Bash, which is just Sonic's birthday with a bunch of challenges in June for extra gear. Like you can get Sonic's shoe, you can get like a more advanced version of Sonic's shoes that make you run faster for a short amount of time. You get this ability called Chili Dog Recreation, which will give you a chili dog in your inventory every time you have it on, and you'd get a title that says Juice and Jam Time. Now, Eggman's Halloween Havoc is basically Eggman sends a bunch of freaking robots, but it's not even really Eggman. It's my own creation. Since there's so many freaking Sonic EXEs, what if we made it? I was like, what if I made a demonic Eggman? Yes. Robotnik, like, Eggman, demonic Robotnik takes over, and you have to fight him. You have to fight him throughout the whole month of October. You have to You have to fight him, and at the end of October, you beat him back. And he goes, "I shall return." And then in the cutscene, we see either one of the EXCs take him away and absorb him. Old idea from Sonic Freedom Fighters, but now repurposed it. Now, the Winter Wonderland. Snowball fights, making your own snowmen to put in your freaking your little house. And various seasonal quests. And maybe a few quests you can do with Cream. You know, some real good feel good quests like saving chows, getting enough ingredients for a very special batch of cookies, fishing with Big in an ice lake. The Chaos Festival is kind of what we'd have in place of it either. I would say I would have it in probably in May. Or probably in place of Christmas, where you celebrate the power of Chaos Emeralds with special rewards and various challenges to get you more gear and more bragging rights. You got the New Year's Eve countdown, which is just basically New Year's Eve. Hang out with your friends, chill with them, and talk about what you liked more. Talk about what you liked in Sonic Chronicles Multiverse Mayhem. Now, the April Fool's Day thing is where you fight Eggman, but you don't fight him normally. You fight him with pranks. The game kind of goes into a Toontown style of things. The anniversary of Sonic Adventure. Pretty much every big Sonic game will be getting an anniversary. Pretty much every big Sonic game in this What If would totally get an anniversary. Even Sonic Labyrinth. Yeah, I'm tired of Sonic Labyrinth being the butt of everybody's jokes. I mean, of everybody's joke. But I really feel like some people would actually like. There's like a few people that actually like Sonic Labyrinth. And we got the Chaos Emerald Hunt, which you're hunting for shards of the Chaos Emeralds. Because Knucklehead not only broke the Master Emerald, but the Chaos Emerald somehow, with the force of his punch, by accident, because he didn't want Rouge or Eggman to get the Master Emerald. It also broke the emeralds by proxy, probably because of the vibrations or something else entirely. That's for you to decide. Every time there's a big major holiday or season change, that's where that happens. Like, you'll see snow. If it's summer, the summer sun is beaten. There's more sand at the beach. The hub world will be technically a larger version of Station Square, though. Or you can go to where Green Hill is, or Emerald Hill, anywhere you want, even Hilltop. Global community challenges, where the community works together for a common goal, defeating a colossal boss, or completing a massive quest that requires everyone to comply. Like have the game's population to comply. Not everybody has to do this. Even only 3 people can do this. But it's more about being unified. Something that the Sonic fan base doesn't really do quite often. These special events and holidays can not only provide the players with something fresh and encouraging, but also foster a sense of community and excitement throughout the year, encouraging players to return to the game for these special occasions, and enticing gameplay experiences. So you're probably wondering, what would this be on? Okay, so this is my own little what if, okay? This is my own little what if, and I'm only truly gonna say this to you. I'm only gonna say this to all of you because you need to understand here. This is only like a hypothetical. This isn't real. I wish it was real. I wish I had the power to freaking make Sega to just say, hey, let's try an MMO. But this last one, it would run on on my version of the Dreamcast 2. You know that concept that everybody likes? You know the one. Hold up. Okay, and remember, this ain't even real. I just want to tell you that. It's not real. I wish it was real. I'd be playing it right now. I need to show you the concept of the Dreamcast 2. I wish this was real, but I would totally when this hypothetical trailer would show at the end, at the very end, I'd give everybody a little something special. And it wouldn't only just be on PC. Because nah. Nothing like that. I would try to get multi-platform, but if there's no way, and Sega just wanted to, I don't know, make their own console, they don't even have to call it the Dreamcast 2. What? I would roll this trailer in, just be like, yeah. I'd be like, we're bringing it back, folks. The Dreamcast 2. The dream hasn't died. It will never die. We'd have prototypes in any freaking, like in every freaking like convention to like Summer Game Fest, just to show that this is real and this isn't like a troll or a prank. This would totally be real. And it would technically be a pack-in game with the reveal of SegaNet, which it'd be more reasonable price. It'd be reasonably priced. So there that is. And maybe like a 3 or 4 or 5 years down the line, then we talk about the sequel. The story basically would just go with you helping Sonic figure out helping Sonic and Sonic fix the multiverse. You'd go on various missions with the various Sonics to fix their world. And even see a few familiar faces you haven't seen in a while. And that's not all. Just like DC Universe Online, you'll be able to, like, instead of like, having a bunch to like have them as your allies that you can summon, do their corresponding mission and you have them. Say you want Bunny to be your ally that you can summon every now and again. Do her missions, and then boom, you got Bunny Rabbit fighting alongside you. And so on and so on and so on. And there'll be various special rival battles to zone cops to everybody's favorite green hedgehog, Scourge the Hedgehog. And he'll have his own storyline where he wants to, now that there's more versions of Blue, I can beat on all of them. Now this is what I want. And it would probably take place right after he gets free from the Destructics. Well, with help from the Destructics. This game would move storylines that the mainline games would not want to move. For some of us that just want some storylines resolved, or even new storylines with characters that we've known for years. That would be my plan. I would say, if it was real, I would want to release it in 2020, 2025, or 6. I don't know if that'd be enough time, but we'd probably already be working on it as I would talk to you if it was real. But that would probably be the release date. Probably in the summer to get new fans. They're probably they'd be out of school. Like, the market would probably be Sonic fans, which could range from a lot of people, like young adults to kids to just regular adults. And I would try, in my hypothetical, I would try to do something that would kind of please the majority of people who would want this. And we would listen to player feedback and try to make things better. Because we still would want them to play and keep playing. So I'd probably want that. But at the end, you beat Amalgamated Robo-Robotnik. You've won. And for a while, we cut to a few years later. You're just chilling, and in whatever universe you decide to stay in, let's just say you're chilling in Knothole, or in the Fleetway version, Station Square, either or. And then, from out of nowhere, a crackle opens up in the sky. With the words, "To be continued," and to be continued. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about the Chow Carnival. But I also would have the tease for the sequel would probably be the mysterious character in the Crack in the Sky. A mysterious character shrouded in shadows as they process the knowledge of the secrets of the multiverse, hinting at a greater thing lurking in the shadows. This enigmatic figure would lead the player cryptic messages suggesting that the battle for the multiverse is far from over. Like you didn't just beat Robo Robotnik. Something else was watching you while you were fighting. At some point, there would be the sequel would come out, and then we'd have Sonic Chronicles Temporal Turmoil. But that's for another day, folks. This is Bugsy, signing off. And yeah, it feels good not being in character for a little bit. And if you want to see more of the Dark Carnival, tune on in to Big 3 Box TV, which is over by my website. Ugh, I can't. I'm going to try and link it to you, but I don't know. YouTube's being weird. But I'll see you guys later. Bugsy No Name out.
You watching the Big 3 Box Network?
Yeah. Okay.
You watching the Big 3 Box Network?
Yeah. Okay.